Namaste, angels. This is the astrological reading for the sign of Libra. It's the last of the air signs that I have to do for the period of today, December 3rd, through the 15th of the month, December 15th. And then that Monday, I'll come back with something new. And maybe with yours first, depending upon how much support I get on this video. But that's how I did it this time around. I posted the earth signs first because they tend to give the videos the most support, to watch them and actually enjoy them and comment about how videos help them and like the video, and so basically help to keep me on YouTube doing the videos. So they got theirs first. Some of you may be dealing with a Taurus, and so then that may be even more reason for you to not only watch this one, but theirs. There's a lot of earth energy here, but I wanted to start out talking about this overall energy here that represents your sign, and it is Major Arcana card 8, Justice. Now, the number 8 is very much connected to karma. It's a very representative of karma, at least for me. And so is Major Arcana card Justice. I mean, yes, it can be about balance and fairness and actual legal situations, right? Different legalities that some of us may be dealing with, maybe perhaps actual court cases, whether civil, criminal, family, whatever. Could definitely be about that. But it's also about the laws of karma and the laws of cause and effect, and how we, recover things based on our good karma, or we tend to lose things. Like one way or another, you pay or get paid as it relates to your karma. And that's what Major Arcana card Justice represents. And I think that it really is representing that aspect of itself in your spread, because you have another overall energy here from the Rider-Waite deck of the Ace of Swords. So now it's going to be important to tell you what's behind these cards, because that's pretty exciting too when I picked them up. I don't know if you could see it yet, but I'm going to show you. So underneath Major Arcana card Justice, also upright, is the Two of Summer. So some of you may have had, like I said, even a legal situation perhaps going on with a loved one, a close friend, a family member, romantic interest. And I'm going to say that that's over. And for some of you, again, because the card is about getting your just due, good or bad, and it looks like in most cases it's going to be good, that's what's happening. You're getting your just due. You're getting your reward for your work. So for some, and it's always good. I don't want to make it seem like it's not good. With these two cards together, it's always good, but these two cards together can be about separation too. So it'd be like separation from somebody from whom you should have separated, even though I'm sure it was painful. So again, whether that was a friend, a family member, or a romantic interest, some of us are no more. Some of us, the reward is that we are together, and that the relationship is finally being furthered, and the commitment is deepening. There's been forgiveness. We've dealt with some issues, and this is the reward now. And these two cards, the next card is upside down, so normally I wouldn't mention it, but I'm going to mention it because I think that, again, this is the result of having dealt with some issues, some betrayal, some pain. It's the Ten of Winter, which comes before the Ace of Swords, your other overall energy. The end of a career path, project, or relationship brings feelings of mixed joy and sadness, relief and disappointment. Put aside your fears about these changes and trust that a brighter future awaits. So I definitely think that a bunch of you were dealing with different forms of betrayal, and maybe even some addiction, some narcissism, some things. And so either you were able to work through those challenges and now the relationship is bettered for it, or you were able to work through those challenges the other way and the relationship has now come to an end. But in either case, again, it's good for you. It's, you are a victor. And that's another thing, that the Ace of Swords can be representative of victory. Not only getting to the truth of a matter, which it looks like certainly happened also, but this is triumph after challenges. This is, mama, I made it. After all of that I've been through, I don't look like what I've been through. I look like, I'm glorious here. The sword. Also underneath that is Ten of Winter. upside down is the Three of Winter. So this is also indicative of the pain that some of you have been through. Sadness is part of life, but you don't have to endure it alone. You may need a little time to heal, but once you work your way through the emotions, you'll be stronger than before. And I think some of you have already taken that time to heal and are now stronger than before. Again, represented by the Ace of Swords here. This is totally illustrative of through what you've been. Here's the rocky waters underneath it, and then here is like the hand of God and the sword coming down to say, you know, like, you're going to be all right. You're protected, you're strong, and you're going to be triumphant. Mentioning the next card also only because underneath this Ace of Swords is the Six of Swords. And the next card underneath the 10 and the 3 on this side is also the Six of Swords. The challenging times are coming to an end, and you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let go of the past and embrace the happier times ahead. So if something hasn't come to an end, something, again, very difficult, and maybe over a period of time, you know, this wasn't just a 1-2 day thing. Could have been over some time. I'm even hearing sirens now to maybe demonstrate through what some of you guys have been. If it hasn't come to an end already, that's what's happening right now. We're moving into far better times ahead for you guys with the Six of Swords here. And some of you may actually be traveling or moving. So maybe you're physically moving away from a partnership of one sort or another. Or if you know, if it could be metaphoric or literal. Maybe you're just moving on, you're moving forward. Whatever that means, together or apart. Like in this picture, there's two people moving. Looks like a parent and child. That can certainly be what this is representative of too. The Two of Summer isn't always about romantic interest. It often is, but it isn't always. So it could be a parent and child finally having restored their relationship. I saw a lot of that coming up in the collective readings that I do, the love and the general reading over the past few weeks, and also my moon readings. We've been having a lot of these topics come up of things between parents and children, whether adult parents or actual children. Again, some of this could have involved family court even. So now we may have a parent and child riding off into the sunset, maybe now having recently gotten custody or something like that, or child support. So some of you dealing with those issues, again, if it hasn't happened already and you're still in court, or you're still dealing with a situation, whether it's officially a legal case or it's just something else through which you're going, I think over the next 2 weeks, if it doesn't completely come to an end, you'll at least be able to see, you know, to the other side that it is going to come to an end and everything's going to be okay, right? Because that's definitely what these cards are showing. So let's talk some more about the actual spread that's here for you and the card that most represents you over this period. And that's the Hierophant. That's the Hierophant. It's your focus, or again, the card representative of your energy. Major Arcana card 5. This card actually represents the sign of Taurus. So again, especially with it sitting here next to the King of Pentacles, some of you either have your own very strong Taurus energy aside from the energy that's surrounding you, or you are dealing with an earth sign, and I'd say probably most likely a Taurus. So of course, it could also be Virgo, Capricorn as well. The Hierophant, more importantly, is about tradition, for one thing. It is about higher institutions. So again, things like court, large corporations, government agencies, could involve college, marriage, you know, even court in that sense, right? Marriages, deepening of commitments. And for me, it also has to do with sometimes making adjustments to the people, places, and things with which we surround ourselves, because they no longer align with our vibration. We are ascending, right? And we are climbing. And some people, places, and things to which we had otherwise been connected or previously connected, they no longer align with us. And so we can't lower our vibration to meet people. We have to either wait until till we meet again, like when their vibration increases, or sometimes that's the end of the road. And that can definitely be what the Hierophant is about. I don't know if you heard that noise. I think my phone was ringing, but it sounded like it was ringing weird, like maybe from Facebook or something. I don't know. But as you can hear, as you can see, I ignored it and it has stopped. But I do apologize for it coming up during your reading. But for me, everything that happens during a reading, like there's meaning for it. So that's why I always mention, like, when the sirens come in from outside. First of all, I'm supposed to have soundproof windows. I'm a 9/11 survivor. I live 5 blocks east of the Trade Center where the Twin Towers were. And so when they restored our buildings and whatnot, they put in, because of all the construction that was then created in our neighborhood, all the buildings that had to be rebuilt and all the new construction and all those things. We had some demolition, some buildings that had to come down, all that kind of stuff. They gave us soundproof windows. And my windows pretty much are soundproof with the exception of sirens. Isn't that interesting? Sirens come through loud and clear. On that note, right on cue. There you go. There you go. And so to me, they're usually representative of healing that has occurred and or is necessary. And the fact that you can count on it happening, like we're going to get through this. And the ringing, while I was talking about marriage and stuff, would definitely tell me that some of you are on your way to that. And in a very traditional sense. So not just like soul marriage, because again, the Hierophant is representative of soul connections and tradition. Both of those things. And so, but I don't think this is just soul marriage. I think it's, traditional marriage, 3D stuff we're talking about. Some of us moving toward that. What else do I want to say about the Hierophant? Because I got sort of sidelined with all the sounds. All of these cards that you have here, though, Justice, the Hierophant, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse, the King of Pentacles upright, and particularly in the placements where they are, also sort of mean like it's not a good time to buck the system. Like they're all really good omens. They're all really good, positive cards. They all say something about you being furthered. You being furthered, you even being blessed, right? Like it's your time and you're definitely going to start receiving blessings. But it also points to a need to be disciplined and committed and like willing to do your part. You know what they say about prayers, like prayers without works. The scripture says prayers without works is dead. Like you can't just pray like mouth words and leave it at that. You still have to do your part, even when you are someone who prays. Praying is nothing but manifestation. It's still the law of attraction. It's still manifesting something. It's making a focused intention, putting that energy out into the universe, what it is you're looking for, what it is you're trying to accomplish, and then doing the work behind it, which is, remaining in faith, and sometimes we're required to actually take some sort of action steps or whatever. And that's what all of these cards actually mean. They all are going to say that. So rather than say it for each of them, I'm just going to say it like this. I was trying to think of what else I wanted to say about the Hierophant, but then as I'm looking at all the cards together, they all want you to be very earth sign-like, really, because these people are seriously grounded and practical. So we're talking about tradition. They're good for that. Committed, dedicated. Once they, say I'm going to do something, they see it through. They tend to reach their goals. In fact, even in the tarot, the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight of all 4 that is said to always reach his goal. And so this is the energy that you guys are going to be embodying over the next couple of weeks. This very strong and positive earth energy. Again, look what we have here. The King of Pentacles, the King of Earth. The Nine of Pentacles, which illustrates this very successful woman. She doesn't need anything but herself. She's independent. She's strong. She's prosperous. She's generous. she looks very intelligent. You can't pull one over on her. And kindly, and she cares about nature. She's here playing with a bird and allowing this snail to, walk by without doing anything to it, getting rid of it, even though it may eat her grapes. So this is all very, very positive energy. So you have a surrounding energy, to be a little bit more specific, of the King of Pentacles again, which may actually be a Taurus, since it's sitting here next to the Hierophant. And if this represented an actual person in your life, then in addition to those things that I just said about, the need to be grounded and practical and to do what is right, like you already know what to do and you're expected to do it, not only because of this Earth energy, but because of Major Arcana card Justice and the Ace of Swords. Like now is not the time to sort of try to be slick or, a maverick and go rogue and, do your own thing. It's very, this is the time, and it's only a 2-week period. So if you're wanting to take some other kind of action, hold off for 2 weeks. You can do this for 2 weeks. You can, it's like sort of keep yourself in line, and stay on the side of right, not trying to be slick or play anybody, or because again, karma is very seriously at play in this spread. And will repay you for whatever you do. So make sure what you're doing is good and positive. If this person represents an actual person in your life, they may specifically be not only masculine, but male. And it's a very masculine energy. So, like that man's man type, very generous, prosperous, does well for himself, and can teach you how to do the same. He's intelligent, all that. He may be dark haired, dark eyed, and of course he may be a direct earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, probably in that order. Although there is a transit with Capricorn this week. Jupiter entering Capricorn, he'll be for like a year. So that's another reason why this earth energy could be showing up for you guys. Maybe you're going to be particularly impacted by that transit. He may be somebody that you meet through the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands in reverse in this position of love and relationship could be somebody who is sort of like indirectly involved in your relationship or your relations. She can be somebody who is like one of these matchmaker types, and so she introduces you to somebody. And this may be from where I was feeling the Jupiter in Capricorn for you guys. Because with the wands, Jupiter is a fire planet, or rules a fire sign, Sagittarius, but it's also connected to the fixed signs of the zodiac, so including fellow fire sign Leo. That may be why the Queen of Wands is here in reverse and sitting right underneath the King of Pentacles and right next to the Nine of Pentacles, Jupiter in Capricorn, and how it's going to impact you guys. And say it's going to impact you guys positively. But this person, like I said, she could be one of two people. Sort of like a Budinsky, maybe like a mother-in-law type, or your own mother. And it's just going to be very important, even in this case, unless she's a disrespectful person and you feel you have to do something about that, to respect the tradition of, like respect your elders and so on and so forth, at least over the period of this 2 weeks. And try not to be too hard on her if she is like a Budinsky. But she could be somebody who, like I said, who introduces you to somebody nice, whether it's this King of Pentacles or not, as it relates to love. And that person that she's introducing you to, could really have the makings for, a legit connection, the connection that you deserve, that you've been without, that maybe you thought you had before, but you see how the relationship ended in turmoil. And so now this is an opportunity for a real try at real love, something that's genuine. And the King of Pentacles, as it relates to love, upright like this, can be about somebody that comes in and like sweeps you off your feet because he's so like magnificent. He's really got his shit together. You know, he, like I said, he's generous. He's well-to-do. He's mannerable. He's practical. He's grounded. Just head's not in the clouds. He knows what he wants and he goes after it. You know, he's goal-oriented. He's committed. He's, you know, everything that's awesome about what you may be looking for in a masculine mate. He's got that stuff. And again, he may come through a connection with the Queen of Wands. In terms of work and finance, of course, he's very positive omen to have him there crossing the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles itself, as it relates to work, it's in this position of work and finance for you. It's the same thing. Like I said, all these cards mean that you need to be disciplined and committed and methodical, like an earth sign. That's what your next 2 weeks is going to be all about. Being very earth sign like. Maybe some of you have this earth in your chart. Maybe some of you are like Cuspians, Virgo, Libras, and that'll help you. Or you have it in, this heavy earth in your chart in other places. And so this is really your energy. If it's not, just do your best to, again, over the next 2 weeks, be somebody who stays on the side of right and does things the right way, the way they're supposed to be done. The way they're traditionally done, the way you grew up learning how to do them. Some of us may be struggling also with something, speaking of the way we grew up, struggling with some like religiosity versus spirituality. And in those cases, what the right thing to do is what's in your heart to do. That's doing the right thing. You cannot... Now's not the time to try to be forcing yourself, like I said, to fit into a box where you don't fit. The Hierophant can definitely be about needing to move away from certain elements of your life because they no longer resonate with your vibration. Your vibration has increased and you've surpassed these things. And, you can wait for some of them to catch up. But in the meantime, you got to keep it moving with your own life and your own growth. And all of these cards are about that paying off. Like, if you can manage that, it's going to pay off. Even if you do something and you don't get credit right then and there, because that can be what some of these are suggesting too, like the Ace of Swords and the Justice. You don't get credit right away for what you've done. You're going to get credit. And the credit you're going to get is more important because that's from the universe. That's from God. Right, that's who's going to recognize you. I always say, like, when things don't go my way, but I know I've done the right thing, or people are against me, working against me, but I know I've done the right thing and I've been good to them or toward men and humanity in general. It's okay. Like, I let the universe take care of that person. I let God take care of that person. Karma does a far better job than I ever could in handling these people. And it does a far better job in rewarding us as well. And so you're going to get your credit one way or another. And so if you don't get upset, don't get bent out of shape if you don't get it right then and there from somebody or something of the 3D, because yours is coming and in a far better way. But only if you put in the work. And the Nine of Pentacles in reverse particularly suggests that as it relates to finance. Like it could mean that you're looking for some finance that's supposed to come your way, which there is some here waiting to come your way with the King of Pentacles sitting here and the energy surrounding you. But you could be looking for it to come your way without you doing your part. And that's not going to work. So you do need to, again, put in your effort. Prayer without work is dead. And so you need to do your work. Keep your prayers alive. Keep your prayers working for you. It's a matter of you're going to get there. But how? What's the path? The most direct path is by you to, do your part. I guess I talked about love. I skipped around so much. I guess I talked about love already. But what I have been doing in these readings, this most recent set, of Biweeklies is further clarifying the love and romance card with 3 cards from this deck, the Animal Tarot. And the way I've been doing that is by starting out with the deck upright, the way it was, turning it around, where you can see, and then pulling the next 3 upright cards, wherever they are. So there's your first. There's your second. Oh, they're in order. Okay. That was cool. They've been like all over the place in the past few readings. Okay, so this is your energy. Look at that. The Queen of Winter, experienced, self-sufficient, brilliant, and funny. All of your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. And that's really true about this spread that you had. I mean, it's really, I hope that I've relayed what I was trying to say, properly conveyed it to you, because it was really demonstrative of the fact that you had been through something. And then now, like I said, everything was paying off. The struggle, the hard times, the good times, like everything was culminating and paying off for you. In true, like, Queen of Winter, or Queen of Swords style. So this is definitely your energy as a Libra. The Queen of Winter, or Swords, of course, is a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. So all of your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. It's time for you to declutter your home, clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, right? That's what I said about the Hierophant. Making adjustments to the people, places, and things with which you surround yourself. If they don't work, get rid of them. Also, disengaging from people who create more drama than happiness, which may be those same people that I felt you should rid yourself of because of the Hierophant. Also, all the earth energy I've been talking about, Major Arcana card 9, the Hermit, represents the sign of Virgo. So again, some of you may even be Virgo, Libras, Cuspians. Whether you are or not, you're guided to do some introspection, to go within, maybe to figure out, again, what work am I willing to do? What's my path? How am I going to reach this goal that's set before me? Because I got to do my part. Take time for contemplation, to retreat and to go within. Be a beacon for others also on their spiritual path toward enlightenment. So this card, very similar to the Hierophant, which is also an extremely spiritual card, also can be about getting together with people who, rather than detract from you and cause you to lower your own vibration in order to meet them where they are, people who align with you because they have a similar vibration to your own, or one that is higher, from which you can learn something. So this card also guides you, like the Hierophant, to maybe make some adjustments to the people, places, and things with which you surround yourself. And then lastly is Major Arcana card 14, Balance, which is actually temperance in the traditional tarot, which represents the sign of Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter. So everything that I said is now showing up in the 3 cards that are here to further clarify your spread. By merging varying points of view, you can now generate an extraordinary new idea, compromise with others, and collaborate to discover a better solution. So this is about, again, coming together and maybe working your way through some sort of issue, challenge, for whatever that means. If that means it will result in moving on together, as friends or family members or romantic partners or whatever we are together, that's good. If it means that we've collaborated and we came up with a way to shake hands and walk away from each other in an amenable way, that's good too. They're both toward your benefit, Libra. Also, temperance for me is about recovery, and being made whole again. So where you lost something, it's being replaced. It may not be replaced in the exact same way, or again, maybe not in the moment that you're looking for it to be replaced, but you're going to get paid back, just like I just said a moment ago. You're going to get paid back for what you've lost. I explained it to somebody the other day, what I was trying to get across by saying, it's like if you drop $5, right, and that $5 is lost, you're not going to get it back. Somebody else is going to be blessed by it, right? They're going to pick it up. They're going to keep going. So maybe that's their recovery. Maybe they had previously lost $5 and now they've recovered it by finding yours. And then you walk into a Starbucks and somebody, pays it forward and buys your coffee for you. You just got your $5 back. You know what I mean? It's that. You're going to be made whole one way or another. Also, in terms of relationships, the Temperance card can be about people who have differences and they're still finding a way to come together. Yes, it can be differences in terms of disagreements and debate, but it can also be differences in terms of something that's more tangible and physical, like one is black and one is white, and so they find a way to come together and look like a zebra, like this. Or, one is tall and one is short. One is fat and one is skinny. One is Jewish, one is Christian. I don't know. One is maybe well-to-do. One's getting there, but has had, their share of struggle. Everything didn't come easy. They had to get here, like the hard way. That can be, so one is maybe more stable than the other, or one feels more stable than the other. One is more confident than the other, but they find a way to come together. One is older than the other, right? Maybe this King of Pentacles could be representative of an older person, and maybe, they have that edge on you in that sense, or they're more mature, or at least you see them that way. But you can find a way to come together with them and to collaborate and even to have romantic relationships with these people. That's what Temperance says. Hope you guys have enjoyed your reading. I will be back in 2 weeks to do it again for you. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up, like the video. Even if you didn't like it, if you got something out of it, like you feel like it helped you, even if it was tough to hear or whatever, please also like the video. And if you're not yet a subscriber, please also consider hitting both the subscribe button and the bell button in hopes that you will be notified when I put up my next video. Also, if you'd like any personal services from me, your own private reading, energy healing, merchandise, to hook up on social media so we can talk, be friends, all that kind of stuff. All the information to do any and all of that will be in the description box below the video. Thanks again. Namaste.